La tilde la tilde oh look. It's something here. What is it? Design a logo and win a prize. Okay, let's go.
Let me show you how not to participate in a logo competition. Logo contests are a great way to gain some design exposure in the design world and also to showcase your creative skills. And also, AA told me to show you some statistics to grab your attention. So, did you know that 1 out of 100 logo design competition entries actually wins? This logo competition was taking place from around the start of March until like the end of it, and the winners would then be announced on 15th of April. But more on that later. And with all the projects I have and stuff, like 2 games, art project, exam preparations, and I had very tight deadlines, and my body has literally been asking for rest. But I was so enthusiastic about finally going to some design competitions, so I decided to participate in it. But postpone it to the last week of March so I could work on the more important stuff first. I had participated in few competitions before, but the first one was hosted by our school, and to not go into much detail, I did not even know that I was entering competition. And the second one was hosted by Art Station, which more like art related. So I basically hadn't ever participated in any graphic design contest. That's why I wanted to take part in this challenge. Let's see how it went. This contest was hosted by one sports club, which I'm quite familiar with, and the requirements were quite short and easy. You only had to design a logo for kids' summer camp, and the prize, I didn't really care for it, but I forgot the screen. But my main reasons for participating in it was to design a logo for my portfolio at least, train my creative skills, and work on it kind of professionally. Before putting your pen to paper, it's crucial to do your research. Understanding the brand, its values, its target audience, and the organization itself are very crucial steps to creating very well suited logo. That's why I started out with a research about this organization which was hosting the contest. This sports club is located in the same place as a lake I go to often. It is actually my treasure trove when I need to elevate my stress, so I know this place pretty well already, but I'm not really a sports person, so I didn't really know anything about the sports club itself. And while researching this company, while browsing all the deepest parts of the internet, I actually stumbled upon some very interesting information. You see, in the middle of this lake, there is this small island where swans and ducks have their Sabbath and the round table meetings, and I was always curious about what this island was and what was there. And I found out that there used to be like a small market in the 15th century during one of the Czech kings' rule, and they basically left this island as a monument of that market. And why is that so surprising and wonderful to me? Well, because I always say that the place where I live is very cultured. After the research, I jumped straight into Figma to create a mind map. Nuh-uh, no sketching yet. Mind maps are actually great tools to help you come up with creative solutions while still sticking to the main topic, even if they are related over the course of thousands of other unrelated words. Since it had to be a logo for kids' summer camp, I wanted to incorporate anything sports related, kids related, summer related. And what can be more child friendly and summer related than the sun itself? I even had some ideas to combine the shape of the lake itself and the sun, but the result didn't turn out looking very well. But then, kids are also extremely hyperactive, right? So, I wanted to add some movement into the logo. So I started sketching out some poses and sports equipment. And then I had this idea that this lake is related to nature. So I started sketching out some animals, plants, and other nature related elements. And I came up with this monster. Anyways, After I finished up coming with some ideas, I had to choose the best options and continue on sketching other variations. Yeah, I know, logo creation is fun and very tedious process. After all the sketches had been done, I jumped straight into Adobe Illustrator. And boy, let me tell you, my Illustrator files are hella messy. But my graphic design teacher praises me for that, so you should take an example from me. The owners gladly provided their logo files, and you know that this greedy alien likes to put their claws on anything that's free. I then ended up with an abundant, overwhelming amount of choice of logos after I had messed up with the files, and so I had to pick the best options. It was quite a hard choice as I didn't really like any of the variations I designed, while also I liked all of them. But in the end, I decided to choose this one with the sun. By the way, I'm curious, what is your opinion on my logo? Do you like any of the other variations? If yes, and why? Tell me in the comments. And now you might think that was the end. Done. I finished the logo. All I had to do was send it to the judges and wait. But nah, I like to complicate things and my life in general, so I had to push it further. Since I thought I was guaranteed to win, I decided to surprise the judges with a whole logo presentation. Honestly, I didn't really know what to include into my presentation, as this logo wasn't really anything that serious or important and they didn't pay me for that. So I decided to just back it up with a bunch of mockups. I think I revealed the secret of why all these other graphic design companies present their logos with so many mockups. Basically, I downloaded some of these mockups from FreePic and then I had to tweak and edit some of them in Photoshop and then put the logo itself on top. I do have some favorites. I really like this lunchbox mockup and also kind of the cap one. I'm curious to know which ones do you like. Write it down in the comments, please. And I believe I have worked on it until quite late at night, actually, as I always do. Correction, it wasn't even that late at night. But oh boy, I can't explain this feeling of when you finally finish something which you are very proud of. It's one of the best feelings in the world, I'd say. And you know, I'm actually quite proud of the presentation and the logo. In the presentation, I included some other sketches, the process, other possible variations, and the mockups. And I basically created a logo manual for them. Anyways, I really like how this presentation turned out. After the presentation was done, I went to compile all the files I created and cleaned everything up so I could send them a very professional looking presentation. You know, I've divided everything into folders and subfolders and named all of them appropriately, unlike I usually do. And after I composed everything into a zip file, I went on to composing the email and putting it all together, and then, anxiously shaking, I pressed the send button and now I only had 15 days to wait. All the time, I was extremely excited and thrilled to see the results finally. And to be frank here, I did expect to win, as I thought that I was the only one who would enter the competition. But even if someone other than me would enter it, I believed they wouldn't go so far to create a whole presentation. So I had quite high hopes. And you can imagine that when the date finally came, I was extremely excited to see the results. After I came back from school, I sat down on my desk, opened up my email, and they didn't answer me. The day they were supposed to be choosing a winner, there was no information about that. They didn't contact me as they had written in their social media posts. They didn't announce anything. I even checked their website and social media profiles to see anything about it, but it seemed as if they decided to ignore it and forget it, as if they had never announced anything. I assume it's because I was literally the only one who had actually entered the competition. I had basically wasted my time on this project.
I'm almost finished with the video, and it's 13th of June already, and they just sent me the email that they finally picked the winners. 2 months late. They're saying here that they chose another person, but that I will have some kind of small prize just for taking part in this competition, so I will go and pick it up and show you. Phil, what the fuck? 2 months late, guys! 2 months!
I forgot to record how I went to pick it up, but when I unpacked the prize, it was a gift card for fresh smoothie bar. So pretty neat, actually. The takeaway then? Oh my god, look, there is some educational content on ACLYPSE channel! Well, don't take up your local business competitions, especially if you have no spare time. No, but really, such competitions are a great way to first practice your skills, train your creativeness, and maybe get some networking skills and exposure. So I would actually advise you to participate in anything like that when the opportunity comes, especially if you're a young enthusiast without much prior experience. And who knows, maybe your next logo will be the one to take the crown. By the way, have any of you ever entered such competitions? If so, then how it went? Be sure to let me know. You know what's funny? The microphone isn't even plugged in. You're gonna have the cat now. This competition took place from around the start of March until like the end of it, and the winners would then be announced on 15th of April. The winners would then be announced on 15th of April, and the winners would then be announced on. That's why I started out with folders and sub. I went to compile all the files so to present them. After the presentation was done, I went to compile all the files so they would be clean. Sites. And while researching this company and researching the deepest While researching this company and researching what is the takeaway then? Don't take up your local business competitions, 'cause it's gonna fail you. Sorry for singing. The rhythm doesn't adjust. Na na na. Oh no. Who